This person is in love with the version of you that even you forgot existed. They're ready to fight the world for you, but will you recognize them in time? Archangel Michael says, someone is walking this earth carrying a love so deep for you, it echoes beyond the limits of time. They are not in love with who you've become in survival, but with who you were before the world hurt you. The version of you that laughed without hesitation, dreamed without apology, loved without walls. They've seen you in the spirit, not the you that's tired, guarded, and constantly rebuilding, but the vibrant, gentle, fearless soul you used to show without hesitation. They fell in love with that version. And now, they carry a sacred urgency to find you and remind you of who you truly are. You don't remember the sparkle in your eyes the way they do. You don't realize that your current silence still holds the softness they once encountered, spiritually, emotionally, or even in a fleeting moment that changed everything. But they remember. And they are on their way, even if they don't fully understand why. They are ready to fight the world for you, not because you need saving, but because their soul recognizes your light and refuses to let it dim. Archangel Michael says, this connection is rare, ancient, ordained. But the question is, will you recognize them in time? Type Amen to get blessing 333. They aren't perfect. Their life has been stormy too. But through every detour, their heart has carried your memory. Not the physical you, but the energy of you. The smile. The kindness. The softness that once lived in you before you were taught to protect it too fiercely. They are not drawn to your image, they're drawn to your essence. The part of you that survived silently. The part of you that you've buried under layers of strength and disappointment. They don't want your perfection, they crave your presence. This person is not a fantasy. They are real. And they have seen glimpses of your spirit even in your absence. Their dreams are filled with your laughter, and their chest tightens when they sense your pain. They may not know your name yet, but they feel your soul in moments that matter. They've met people who tried to compare, but none measured up. Because none carried your frequency. None felt like home. Type Amen to get blessing 444. They've tried to distract themselves, to love others, to forget the stirring inside, but your essence always returns. Not to haunt, but to remind. They are tethered to you in ways they can't explain, but they've stopped denying it. They are being drawn back, pulled by invisible hands and divine whispers. The feeling gets stronger at night, when the world is quiet and the soul speaks louder. That's when they feel your absence most. And that's when heaven sends visions, dreams, memories they didn't ask for. Archangel Michael says, you are not forgotten, you are being magnetized toward the one who remembers you when you forgot yourself. Your soul is being called forward to meet a love that carries restoration, not performance. They will not fall in love with your highlight reel. They are already in love with your shadow and your light. Type Amen to get blessing 888. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You've been protecting yourself for so long, building walls with quiet pain and silent battles. You've edited your story so many times to survive, you no longer know which version is really you. But they know. And they're looking for that spark again. This person won't fall in love with your smile first, they'll fall in love with your sigh. With the way you pause before you speak. With the way you hesitate before trusting. Because they understand the weight behind your silence. They won't rush you. They won't force you. They'll stay. And in their staying, you'll begin to remember that love was never supposed to hurt you into hiding. Love was supposed to find you, even in hiding. And now, it has. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. They're not coming to save you. They're coming to stand beside you. Through the ruins and through the rebuilding. Through the pain and through the promise. Because they are not afraid of the mess, only of losing you again. There was a time your heart was open, your laugh was loud, your soul was soft. Then life happened. People betrayed. Time hardened. But in the middle of all that, they caught a glimpse of who you are underneath it all, and they've never stopped chasing that vision. Archangel Michael says they're closer than you think. The path is aligning. The pull is mutual. But you must let yourself be seen again. Not the version you present. Not the version you protect. But the version you've tucked away because the world wasn't gentle enough for it. Type Amen to get blessing 5555. This person won't flinch at your trauma. They won't back away from your layers. They are prepared. Heaven has been preparing them to meet you not in performance, but in purpose. You won't recognize them by looks, status, or words, but by safety. A feeling you haven't felt in a long time. A peace that enters without knocking. A knowing that doesn't need proof. Your first conversation won't feel new. It'll feel like picking up a sentence that was paused lifetimes ago. You'll laugh without explaining. You'll cry without shame. You'll exist without editing. Because they love the you even you forgot to believe still exists. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. They are ready. More ready than they've ever been. And not just to love you, but to protect the parts of you that you've almost erased. They will guard your joy like treasure. They will protect your inner child like a vow. They will speak life into the places that others ignored. You won't need to teach them how to love you. They've been learning through every heartbreak, every misstep, every delay that forced them to mature. They've been refined, just like you. Archangel Michael says, your time is not running out. Your time is arriving. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. You've spent years thinking your softest version was lost. But love is bringing it back. Not by force. Not by demand. But by presence. Their presence will unlock you. And suddenly, the version of you that danced without fear, loved without guarding, dreamed without apologizing, will rise again. Not just because they see it in you, but because they believe in it more than anyone else ever has. Type Amen to get blessing 919. They aren't looking for the polished version of you. They are drawn to your soul's fingerprint, the part of you that no one else can imitate. The version that giggled over little things, that believed in miracles, that trusted before betrayal taught you otherwise. They miss you, and they haven't even had you yet. That's the paradox of this love. Their spirit feels the absence of something they've never physically held, because your connection was spiritual long before it will be physical. This person doesn't need to be convinced. They already know. And they're coming not to fit into your world, but to build a new one with you. One where both your forgotten parts are remembered again. Type Amen to get blessing 616. Archangel Michael says, you'll feel it when they're near. Not in your mind, but in your body. A softness will return to you. Your breath will slow. Your shoulders will drop. Your laughter will come more easily. They'll walk into your space, and it'll feel like sunlight touching a room that's been dim for too long. You may resist at first, not because you don't want love, but because you forgot how to receive it without suspicion. But they will stay patient. They'll wait without pressure. They'll hold space without fear. Because loving you is not a challenge to them, it's a calling. Type Amen to get blessing 3535. You've been loved wrong so many times that the right kind of love will feel unfamiliar. You'll question it. You'll look for flaws. You'll wait for it to fall apart. But this time, it won't. This time, you won't be asked to shrink to be loved. You won't have to tone down your shine. You won't have to explain why you are the way you are. They'll just get it. They won't see your sensitivity as weakness. They'll see it as rare. They won't push your boundaries. They'll honor them. They'll know that you've been building yourself back for years, and they will never ask you to undo that healing. Type Amen to get blessing 505. They may not come in the package you expected, but they will carry everything you prayed for, and more. Not just love, but recognition. Not just connection, but alignment. They will speak the language of your heart without even trying. The love you receive now will be a reflection of how far you've come. You don't need someone to rescue you, you need someone to remind you. Someone to reflect back to you the soul you thought the world buried. Archangel Michael says, their arrival will feel quiet but sacred. Not a dramatic entrance, but a divine presence. And you'll know. Type Amen to get blessing 7979. This love will be the kind that stays. Through confusion. Through healing. Through growth. They won't love you for a season, they'll love you through every version. They'll be strong where you're tired. Gentle where you're raw. Loud where you're silent. And silent when you just need to be held. You won't have to choose between your dreams and their love. They'll walk with you toward both. This love will not compete with your destiny, it will complement it. Because they are not just your person. They are your mirror, your witness, your divine counterpart. Type Amen to get blessing 727. When they look at you, they'll see everything you once tried to hide. But instead of flinching, they'll lean in. They'll say, I see it. I love it. All of it. And in their voice, you'll hear safety. You may not recognize them right away. You may doubt, question, test. That's okay. You're not being difficult, you're protecting a heart that has endured too much. But in time, they'll show you. Not by words, but by consistency. They won't just tell you they care, they'll prove it when your walls start rising again. Type Amen to get blessing 8080. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You'll begin to feel new joy in simple things. Music will sound sweeter. The sky will seem brighter. Your soul will soften. Because love, when it's real, changes everything around it. This person was created to love you. Not the image, not the idea, but the soul. The one that's been aching to be seen, known, and protected. And when you see the love in their eyes, not just desire, but reverence, you will remember the version of yourself you thought was long gone. Archangel Michael says, it was never gone. It was simply waiting for the one who would see it again. Type Amen to get blessing 1144. Let this love in. Even if it scares you. Even if it confuses you. Even if it arrives differently than you imagined. You are not being punished for your past. You are being prepared for your promise. And this person? They're not arriving by accident. They are the answer to prayers you forgot you prayed. Type Amen to get blessing 3000. They will stand in front of you, silent, steady, sincere. And you will feel it. Not the butterflies of fear, but the peace of remembrance. Something inside you will whisper, I know you. Not from sight, but from soul. Their presence won't demand anything. It will invite you to soften again, to believe again, to feel safe without needing proof. You won't have to convince yourself to trust them, your spirit will already know. Archangel Michael says, this moment will be unlike anything you've ever felt. Not dramatic. Not chaotic. Just true. Just real. And exactly what your soul has been waiting for. Type Amen to get blessing 911. At first, your heart may resist. You've had to build walls to survive. You've hidden the best parts of you to stay safe. You've learned to be strong on your own. But this person won't try to knock your walls down, they'll wait outside them until you feel ready to open. And when you do, just a little, they'll cherish the pieces of you that peek through. They'll never rush the process. Their patience will speak louder than 1,000 romantic words. And with each moment of trust, your heart will begin to heal. They won't make you feel like you're too much. Or not enough. They'll make you feel understood, finally. Type Amen to get blessing 3232. You'll talk about things you've never spoken aloud. You'll laugh about memories you thought were buried. You'll cry, not from pain, but from the realization that you're safe to feel again. They will remember your silence as much as your words. They will watch how your eyes shift when something touches your heart. They will speak gently when the world has spoken harshly. And that gentleness will unlock a new softness in you. The version of you they fell in love with, the one you forgot, will slowly return. Not as a copy of the past, but as a rebirth. A version of you even stronger, wiser, and more radiant. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. You won't have to ask where you stand. You won't have to decode mixed signals. Their consistency will be your confirmation. Their actions will align with every word. And their presence will feel like home. Together, you'll begin rewriting the story. Not one of trauma and survival, but of softness and partnership. You'll make new memories that don't carry pain. You'll breathe without tension. You'll dream without limitation. They will not just love you in the good days. They will hold you closer on the hard ones. They'll celebrate your strength, but honor your vulnerability even more. Archangel Michael says, this kind of love was written long before you ever knew heartbreak. Type Amen to get blessing 303. You'll look at them one day and realize, this is the love I didn't think I'd ever get to have. And not because they're perfect, but because they love you in ways that heal what others broke. You'll walk beside them and feel taller. You'll speak beside them and feel heard. You'll cry beside them and feel held. And that's when you'll know, you didn't miss it. You didn't lose your chance. Love waited for you. Everything you gave to the wrong people is coming back multiplied through the right one. And they won't take it for granted. Because they felt you before they ever held you. Type Amen to get blessing 8484. They will defend you, even in your absence. They will protect your name, your reputation, your soul. Not for credit, but because loving you is sacred to them. You won't be their option. You'll be their alignment. They won't choose you because they're lonely. They'll choose you because you are home. This person will not complete you, but they will remind you that you were never broken. They'll sit with you when you're quiet. Celebrate you when you're loud. And love you the same through every season. Archangel Michael says, they're not just your answer, they're your confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. When the world turns away, they will stay. When your faith trembles, they'll pray for you. When you forget who you are, they'll remind you with their love. This is a divine partnership, not of need, but of knowing. They were designed to carry parts of you you thought were too heavy. And you were designed to carry their purpose too. Together, your bond will be a force, unshakable, unmovable, undeniable. This is more than romance. This is the return of your softness, the resurrection of your true self, and the rising of a love that doesn't just feel good, it feels divine. Type Amen to get blessing 12345. Everything starts shifting the moment they enter your life. Not through chaos, but through calm. Not with noise, but with a stillness that reaches straight into your soul. Their presence doesn't demand attention, it creates a peace so deep it silences every doubt you've ever carried. You'll begin to move differently. Not out of fear, but out of faith. Not questioning if you're too much or not enough, but finally understanding that you were always exactly what someone was praying for. The love you once thought would never find you has walked in, and now, your spirit knows rest. Archangel Michael says, their presence is not just romantic, it is restorative. Their energy is undoing years of false stories you told yourself about not being lovable, not being seen, not being worth the wait. Type Amen to get blessing 8181. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Your smile will start to come back without force. You'll feel safe enough to laugh without watching the room. You'll walk without shrinking. And you'll begin to dream again, because now, you have someone who dreams with you. They'll remember the things that matter. The way you take your tea. The way you look away when you're thinking. The way your voice changes when you talk about things you care about. Nothing will be too small for their attention, because your existence is precious to them. You'll notice that your world feels warmer. That the places that once carried tension now feel safe. Because they don't just bring presence, they bring light. And everywhere they go, healing follows. Type Amen to get blessing 7474. They'll touch things in your life that others ignored. Not just your hand, but your mind. Not just your appearance, but your fears. And slowly, they'll teach you how to be unafraid of being seen. They won't fix you, because they know you're not broken. They'll love you as you are, while holding space for who you're becoming. And in doing that, they'll spark parts of you back to life. You'll find yourself opening up without meaning to. Letting them in, not because you're obligated, but because their soul feels like shelter. And with every moment of openness, you'll feel more whole. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. They'll remind you that softness is not weakness. That vulnerability is not danger. That your emotions are not burdens. Their love will honor you, not manage you, not correct you, but see you. They will hold your hands like they're holding sacred ground. They will look into your eyes and speak directly to your spirit. They will protect your silence with their presence, and speak only when their words are meant to lift, not weigh. You'll begin to live in a space of quiet confidence. Not needing to prove yourself. Not needing to earn affection. Just existing, fully, beautifully, in truth. Archangel Michael says, "This love was shaped in heaven, but built for earth." Type Amen to get blessing 5858. People around you will notice the change. They'll say you look lighter, happier, brighter. And it won't be because of one moment, it'll be because of presence. Their presence. Consistent, intentional, sacred. They won't try to change your world. They'll join it. Learn its rhythms. Respect its boundaries. Honor its history. And with every step, they'll prove that they aren't just passing through, they're rooting themselves. You'll stop questioning when it will all fall apart. Because for the first time, love won't come with warning signs. It will come with open hands. Type Amen to get blessing 7070. You'll notice you don't need to shrink your light. They'll want you to shine. They'll cheer for your growth, celebrate your healing, and make room for every version of you, even the messy ones. This person is not afraid of your truth. They're drawn to it. Because their purpose is not to consume your light, but to amplify it. And in that partnership, you will become more than you imagined. Not because they complete you, but because they remind you, you were always whole. Archangel Michael says, you are now in divine alignment. Don't second-guess it. Receive it. Type Amen to get blessing 1441. This is the kind of love that writes new chapters with softness, not survival. With grace, not pressure. With joy, not performance. They are not your escape from life. They are your mirror in life. The one who reflects your value, your beauty, your brilliance, even on the days you forget. Together, your world will change. Quietly at first. Then suddenly, with laughter, deep conversations, long embraces, and the kind of connection that doesn't fade with time, but deepens. Type Amen to get blessing 2000. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.